In 2026, the sun will reach one of its most dangerous peaks in modern history. NASA warns that the storms building on its surface are stronger, faster, and more unpredictable than anything recorded before. A single massive eruption could disable satellites, collapse GPS, wipe out power grids, and plunge America into a darkness it is not prepared for. This is not science fiction. This is real. And it is already happening. The sun is far from the calm, life-giving star we often take for granted. Every 11 years, it goes through a natural cycle of activity. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it becomes violent. At its peak, the sun becomes a storm machine, with enormous sunspots forming across its surface, twisting magnetic fields and explosions of plasma, light, and radiation shooting through space. These are not gentle events. Each flare, each coronal mass ejection, is a massive burst of energy, millions of times stronger than anything we can create on Earth. In 2026, scientists expect the solar maximum to reach levels not seen in decades. Sunspots are appearing faster and larger than anticipated, some larger than the Earth itself. Each sunspot is a potential trigger for solar flares and coronal mass ejections, sending streams of charged particles racing toward Earth. NASA and space agencies around the world are monitoring these events constantly, because even a single misaligned eruption could have devastating consequences. Solar storms can take three forms: solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and solar radiation storms. Solar flares are sudden explosions of light and electromagnetic energy that travel at the speed of light, hitting Earth in just 8 minutes. They can temporarily disable radio communication and GPS signals, disrupting aviation and maritime navigation. Coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, are the true monsters of the solar system. They are massive clouds of magnetized plasma ejected into space, sometimes larger than the Earth itself, traveling at millions of miles per hour. When a CME hits our planet, it interacts with Earth's magnetic field and injects currents into power grids, satellites, and communication systems. Solar radiation storms send high-energy particles that threaten astronauts, satellites, and even aircraft flying at high altitudes. The danger of a solar storm is not abstract. Imagine waking up one morning to find your phone has no signal, your internet is down, GPS navigation is frozen, and airports announce flight cancellations. Banks are offline, ATMs do not work, traffic lights are dead, and hospitals are forced to rely on backup generators. Cities fall silent, and transportation grinds to a halt. This is the real-life effect of a strong solar storm. In 1989, a moderate solar storm knocked out the entire power grid of Quebec, Canada, in less than 2 minutes. Now imagine a storm 10 times stronger hitting the United States. History offers a warning. In 1859, Richard Carrington observed one of the largest solar eruptions ever recorded. Hours later, the resulting storm hit Earth. Telegraph lines caught fire, operators were shocked, and auroras lit the skies as far south as Cuba. At the time, the world was mostly unconnected, with no satellites, no electricity, and no internet. Today, a similar storm could cripple power grids for months, disable satellites, crash financial systems, halt aviation, and create nationwide chaos. Scientists now warn that solar cycle 25, peaking in 2026, has the potential to generate a Carrington-class event or even stronger. If Earth is in the wrong position at the wrong time, the consequences would be catastrophic. The United States, despite being technologically advanced, is extremely vulnerable. Everything depends on electricity, satellites, and digital systems. From banking to aviation, hospitals to emergency services, the nation is intricately linked by fragile infrastructure. High-voltage transformers, critical to the power grid, are susceptible to geomagnetic currents induced by solar storms. If damaged, replacements could take months or years. Satellites are equally vulnerable. Military communication, GPS navigation, weather forecasting, financial systems, and internet connectivity all rely on space-based systems. A major solar storm could destroy satellites, rendering essential communication and navigation tools useless. The sun does not give warning. While NASA and other space agencies monitor activity, Predicting the exact path of a CME is nearly impossible. Earth could be hit by hours of intense geomagnetic radiation without sufficient preparation. When this happens, cascading failures begin. Power grids overload, internet and communication networks fail, aviation navigation goes offline, and essential services are disrupted. The longer the system relies on electricity and satellites, the greater the impact. Global communication is especially at risk. Local Wi-Fi may function, but the backbone of global internet relies on satellites, undersea fiber optic cables, and GPS timing signals. A strong CME can disable satellites, corrupt data, disrupt cables, and create widespread communication outages. This could cut North America off from Europe and Asia, halt financial markets, stop international trade, and prevent emergency services from coordinating. The world has never experienced a fully global internet blackout, but the solar maximum of 2026 could make it a reality. Satellites are at the heart of modern civilization. Every piece of communication, navigation, military operation, and banking transaction depends on them. A powerful solar storm could disable satellites in low orbit, damage electronics, and knock out entire networks such as Starlink. Military operations relying on satellite communication could be temporarily paralyzed. Without satellites, GPS signals fail, communication networks crash, and global coordination is impossible. The United States could face a technological blackout unparalleled in history. The human impact of a massive solar storm would be immense. Without electricity and communication, hospitals lose access to electronic medical records, airplanes cannot navigate, emergency response slows, supermarkets run out of food, and water and gas systems fail. Millions of people could enter survival mode within hours, and social chaos, panic, and confusion would spread rapidly. Economically, a major solar storm could cause trillions in damages, freeze stock markets, collapse banking systems, halt transportation and supply chains, and shut down oil and gas pipelines. The ripple effects would be felt globally, affecting every nation. Despite these dangers, preparation is possible. Governments are taking steps to protect infrastructure. Power companies are upgrading transformers and developing surge protection. Space agencies continue to monitor solar activity and provide early warnings. Emergency management agencies are studying contingency plans to mitigate damage. Satellites can be temporarily shut down or placed in safe mode to minimize damage. However, the truth is that no nation is fully prepared for a Carrington-level event. Even with the best planning, a massive solar storm could overwhelm defenses. The 2026 solar maximum is not just a scientific event. It is a test of our dependence on technology and our ability to respond to natural forces beyond our control. For decades, we have built a civilization that depends on electricity, satellites, and global communication networks. These systems are powerful but fragile. And the sun, in its cosmic power, could demonstrate just how delicate our modern world really is. Every eruption on the sun is a reminder of the power we cannot control. Every CME traveling millions of miles per hour toward Earth carries the potential for disruption on a massive scale. The solar maximum is approaching, and with it, the stakes are higher than ever. It is a countdown to a natural event that could redefine life in America and around the world. In the coming years, scientists will continue to monitor the sun, tracking every flare, every sunspot, and every eruption. Space agencies will issue warnings and governments will prepare where they can. But the sun's power is absolute. When the next massive solar storm arrives, it will not discriminate. Satellites, grids, communication systems, and cities will be tested. And for the first time, humanity will confront the reality that our most advanced technologies are vulnerable to forces from 93 million miles away. The solar maximum of 2026 is more than a scientific curiosity. It is a reminder of the delicate balance between civilization and the forces of nature. It is a test of preparedness, foresight, and resilience. And it is a stark warning that even in a world dominated by technology, the power of the cosmos remains absolute. NASA, NOAA, and space agencies around the world will continue to track the sun. Early warning systems will give precious hours of preparation. Power companies will implement protective measures. Satellites will be safeguarded, but the truth remains. The sun is unpredictable and its storms are immense. The 2026 solar maximum will arrive whether we are ready or not. Humanity has survived millennia of natural forces, from volcanoes to earthquakes, from storms to droughts. The sun is another test, one of cosmic proportions. The coming solar maximum will push our technology, our infrastructure, and our society to the limit. It will reveal the vulnerabilities of a world built on electricity and satellites. And it will challenge our ability to prepare for the unpredictable. The next massive solar storm could arrive without warning. It could knock out communications, disable power grids, and disrupt life across the United States. But it will also serve as a reminder that our civilization is part of a larger universe, governed by forces far beyond our control. The solar maximum of 2026 is approaching, and the countdown has begun. In the end, the question is simple. When the sun erupts with all its power, will humanity be ready? Will our cities withstand the storm? Will our satellites survive? Will our society endure the blackout? Or will the next great solar storm remind us that, despite all our technology, we are still at the mercy of the cosmos? The solar maximum of 2026 is more than a warning. It is a story of power, fragility, and resilience. It is a story of humanity's dependence on technology and the invisible force that could challenge everything we rely on. The sun, our life-giving star, is approaching its peak, and when it strikes, the world will see the full force of its power.